Let's go to Ernest Hancock. Ernest Hancock's produced for syndicated shows, done his own radio show, met him out at Crawford when we were out there protesting the war. He is a libertarian. He calls the government a gang with a flag, and that's what it is, certainly out of control now, in the words of Thomas Jefferson. But they've produced thousands and thousands of Obama deceptions. They put videos up on YouTube of this, and people are doing this all over the country. We should mimic what they're doing. And then they're going to go to this big event when the Obamator, the Obama, I love you. When all these people show up at the sports stadium to learn and worship their betrayer, they're going to be there deprogramming at least 10,000 of them. But they're going to need volunteers and help handing out all these DVDs. And also maybe having to smuggle some in because, this is America. You're not allowed to hand DVDs out. Ernest Hancock, tell us about what you're doing out there. Okay, we may have lost him. That happens a lot because I'll start ranting and raving, and then they'll get a phone call, and they'll get on the phone call and not be at the phone. Old Mike Rivera was doing that earlier. Do we have him now? Or is he listening on the Internet with a 2-minute delay? Yeah, that's what they do. People email me. They think the Internet delay is a setup to censor. Internet just delays, folks. Hey, Ernest, good to have you on with us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to talk to you again, man. Hey, I tell you, a little correction. We've already started distributing these. We wanted to. It's not just at the event. We did 10,000. We were going up to 15,000 now. They are out every day. They come in at night. We go around. Let's let people know here in the Valley, Staples has DVDs on sale for $7 for $50. Man, we're all over it. We go and take up every bit we can. We produce them. We have 3 11-stack DVD duplicators. We go all night, we make these DVDs, then we go the next day, a bunch of the guys and the kids and stuff go out on campus, pass them out. They're going to be fully informed well before you have Obama comes here. I'm suspecting he's going to find an excuse not to come to Arizona with all the freed minds that we have using Obama deception. The kids here and the activists, they were so enthusiastic about your film that they wanted to get it out into their peers. So what they did is we helped them with equipment and so on to mass produce this at our workshop here. Then we have our own printing press. We do silk screen. We got our own video and radio studios, and they get to do whatever they want. And this is. I've
also noticed you guys are smart. The college students are getting some smoking, gorgeous girls who are patriots to go out and be the voice of this on local campus TV and radio.
Well, any effort has a cumulative effect. And what has happened is we have the university newspapers have come by and interviewed and taken pictures and promoting this. And a big story out in the College Times this Thursday. So we have a lot of press that's covering this. So what's happened is before he even gets here, the 90% of the impact that we're going to have will already be there. We also have our own FM transmitters or little micro pirate radio stations that we do on universities. We're doing in the past years during the revolution all around the country. So we set up one of those. We have big banners that Obama deception, listen at, and put the frequency up there.
By the way, you know how we learned about pirate, Ernest, you know how we learned about pirate FM in the country? I'm sure you know. A lot of the Eastern Bloc used those to bring down the Soviets. Even little quarter waters in their neighborhoods use that to smash the enemy and fax machines. We've got greater tools than they had. We need to follow in the example of these great patriots. So tell folks the frequency of that. Tell them what university it is. And then I want to ask for your help. I've made the Obama deception. It was a bigger success than I thought it would be. Careful what you ask for. We are having hack attacks from the government, hardcore death threats, YouTube channels shut down. I am definitely on their radar. And so I need everybody's support if they try to set me up or plant drugs on me or God knows what they'll do. But I am definitely, the little probe that everybody shot out to the very front reaches. I'm at the very vanguard going into enemy territory. So I need all the fleet cruisers behind me coming into enemy territory to be sure and back me up, or if I get blown to bits, don't let that intimidate you. Just launch forward against the enemy.
Our thing has been a little bit different. I mean, if you're going to be on the list, it's safer to be at the top of the list, and you're way up there towards the top.
I know, it's quite a feeling.
Safer.
Yeah, my John Hancock is up there. But, so, I mean, how should I counter that, Ernest? I always enjoy your perspective, because it really is, I don't even try to talk about it on air. I just want folks to know what's going on. It's become three-ring circus level. The system is, the Eye of Sauron is definitely looking at me now.
Oh, no. There's no doubt. We've been active. A lot of the people here that provided the facility for that, we've been active libertarians since the early 90s. We went through when they had their Missouri list of patriots kind of homeland defense thing. We went through that, and that started here in Phoenix with the FBI, that list back in 94.
That's it. Those that talk about the Constitution are terrorists, yeah.
Yeah, no, we've been through this. We just take it with, it's just part of the game that they play. It's a psyop. I mean, you're very effective in making sure that people understand it is a psyop. This whole thing is if they can get you afraid. I mean, fear is their only weapon. It's becoming more and more obvious that they don't have any other trick in their bag. It's just making you afraid. In fact, I'll tell the bad guys right now, we have a new campaign that will start. We have No Fear, and it's just a big logo, 4x8 of the, squinting eyes, No Fear, and then we'll have freedomsphoenix.com on there and the Revolution logo, and that's what they don't want. They don't want people to be unafraid. They need them looking to the government to solve whatever problem that they created. So we're just not afraid. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that they're not out to get you, but, fear, if you're afraid, then they already won. You just can't. So the frequency at ASU is going to be 91.3. And then, of course, me telling you don't try and block it, but it doesn't matter. Heck, the banners that just go out promoting it is enough. It just, because they're so predictable, they can't allow exactly what you're talking about to happen in the Eastern Bloc and so on. Getting the information out is what brought them down. And it's the same thing that's going to happen here. What we have done, and I've noticed over the past few years, since, even after you and I have met in Crawford, what we have learned is that the reason you have such a high demographic of younger people in their 20s and so on during this revolution and such is because they grew up and matured in their teenage years along with the internet in the mid-90s. It's all these guys born after 1980, and they have, for the first time in human history, have the ability to just hit the truth button.
Millennials. That's why the media tells them millennials and Generation X are scum. No, we're not scum.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.